is up, my Shadowverse soldiers, and welcome back to another episode of Leonida's Logs. So we're here with actual two new guests this time. I'm not speaking to myself. Donut, Chris, are y'all there?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, so let's this was the team that we ran with BSF this past Philly event. Was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
Oh god, it was 2 weeks ago already. My god, life goes by so fast.
Time is flying.
Insane.
Yeah.
But Donut has a channel and Chris also has a channel. If you guys want to plug later at the end, of course, when we do our conclusions and whatnot, we'll get into that. But let's get into introductions. So let's go ahead and start with our host. So if you don't already know who I am Sparta's Evo. You guys know about this channel, and if you are new, welcome to Shadowverse Evolved. We are going to be talking exclusively about Shadowverse Evolved, not Worlds Beyond. None of that digital mess that we were doing in the last episode. This is going to be strictly Evolved, so keep that through your heads. So to get a little basis of the introduction, so I'm going to say what my favorite class is and how I got into Shadowverse Evolved. We'll pass it around, the talking stick around, get a little bias of everybody or whatever. So my favorite class is Rune. I absolutely love Rune. I know people typically say, oh, Sparta, why isn't your favorite class Swordcraft? Well, I absolutely love Rune. I love Control. And I got into it Gen Con 2024, when they were doing the demos at Gen Con. I heard this past Gen Con wasn't very good, but for Shadowverse Evolved, but we can get into that later. But yeah, I got into a Gen Con 2024. That demo was pretty cool, so here I am making content for the game and everything. All right, someone take this talking stick away from me.
I guess I'll do it. I'm going to be on probably a mini tangent as far as my origins, but hi, I'm Donut223, and my channel is Donut223-SVE. But long story short, I'm an Abysscraft main, and recently, it was actually a couple weeks before the Philly regionals, I got second with Bats in Toronto, so that was cool. How I got into the game. So, for anyone who might be familiar with older Bushiroad games, I used to play Buddy Fight, and I used to play a deck where it's called Skull Warriors, but it used to be a deck where you basically resurrect strong followers and then they die. And one of my friends, when set 3 was out, was like, hey, don't you like Skull Warriors and resurrecting undead things and then them dying? I'm like, yes. And he's like, well, let me introduce you to Masquerade Ghost. And it was pretty much a downhill after that. So
the addiction started. The addiction wallet.
Yeah, and at the time, obviously I didn't know the meta that well or anything, but at the time, a lot of people were like, oh, Masquerade Ghost isn't that great. And I'm like, well, let me see what I can do with it. So I was like looking at the cards and everything. I'm like, these cards are pretty cool and pretty fire. And I was like, well, you know what? I'll just get like a play set of everything just so in case I need something, I have it. And yeah, that was just a terrible mistake because here I am just now maining Abysscraft in general. So
Abyss is one of the most popular classes, I will say. So
yeah, it definitely seems like it. Well, considering it probably doesn't help that it's a combination of Shadowcraft and Bloodcraft.
Yeah,
so you got two different
there's a lot of
fandoms.
cards in it, so yeah, that's double the fan base. You're right.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of my story, and I just enjoy the craft so much that I just decided to make a YouTube channel to help people make decks and just see gameplay to help them kind of figure out turns and whatnot.
Okay. Need this game to grow. We're still the new kid on the block, and we're still 2 years in, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. All right, Chris.
Well, I am Chris. You can just call me Chris or CEO Chris. The way I got into the game is actually Sparta. He told me about it, and we started playing, and it was pretty fun. So we started playing it, and we started a community for it, and here we are now. And as far as my classes, they flip-flop, but definitely my top 2 is Dragon and Abyss, and slowly turning into a Haven main.
Uh-oh.
Accidentally.
We're going to sit here with 40 health, and the game's never going to end. Double loss.
It's okay. I'll just reset it to 6. It's okay.
But what I did not like about coming into the game was how slow it was, because I am an aggro player, and I just like to play things and attack with things. And in Shadowverse, you have to play things and wait a turn to attack with things most of the time. So that was a learning curve that I had to get over. So I have slowly been migrating to a control like play style in this game. But yeah, that is my introduction.
Games with
You know,
summoning
it's
sickness.
I was gonna say, you know, what's funny is Buddy Fight was also a game with no summoning sickness, so that was one of my initial gripes with Shadowverse as well. Which, considering my friend showed me Masquerade Ghosts with all the storm ghosts, so I didn't have to deal with summoning sickness. That kind of helped me get roped into the game more.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I totally understand the summoning sickness gripe.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I'm not playing Magic. But like, I think, but the real thing about Magic is the mana system. But we're talking about Shadowverse. But on to the next section. On to the next section. So our BSF experience. So let's talk. What was our team name? What was our team name? Let's see if I can find it in the bush yet.
I was gonna say I have no idea. I think I joined you guys, so you made it. I don't think I even looked at it.
Oh,
was it all in one? Okay, fair.
Okay. So let's talk about our matchups here. So let's talk about our best and worst matchups, or if you didn't have like a best / or worst matchups, what's the matchups that you ran into the most?
Okay. Do we want to do round robin as far as like you start, then me, then Chris, kind of thing?
Well, anyone could just chime in, honestly. Like just chime in, and then like
fair enough.
You have it already prepped up.
Yeah, I always take notes during my tournaments just to like kind of have a little bit of retrospection. But as far as our tournament, I mainly, looking at my notes now, I mainly dealt with swordcraft. Funny enough, actually, every round was a different kind of swordcraft. The first one was Spartacus. Second round was Kagero, so that wasn't swordcraft. But then it was Royal Paladins, and then Black and White Sword. Spartacus, that game, that was such a good game. I lost it, but I got the opponent down to 1 life, and then they Spartacused for the game.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That was tough.
It was so tough. I was like, oh my god, I can get him down to 1, but I can't get the damage. And I had Rulenai on the board to do 3 damage. I didn't choose to evolve Rulenai. I went to the route of playing a Odile Black Swan because I had 20 Necrocharge, so she had Storm. But I did think, I was like, well, if I did evolve Rulenai, maybe I could have made him discard the Spartacus. But my opponent told me that he also had a card that let him return a cemetery card back to the deck, and his deck was already down to like about 8 or less cards, so it really like still was not a solid plan. So that was fun. Kagero, I ran my deck because I thought it would be good against Kagero, at least a good opponent against it, because it does run Underworld Watchman Kawi, which can be a pain in the butt for Kagero. But I never saw Kawi, so that was fun and great.
I mean, it's hard to be an MVP card if you don't see it. Yeah, right. Like,
yeah, and he did. And my deck is very slow in the early game, and his Kagero, it wasn't like aggro, but it was still just like he was putting decent pressure on the board, so I wasn't able to answer everything all the time. But he did get me down to eventually 6, and I just never saw Kawi. So then he was just like Dragonic Overlord at the end, Storm for 6 game, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's what happens when you don't see Kawi. So that was like ultimately a very non-eventful game. Round 3 was Royal Paladins. I won that. So I actually I forgot about this. On turn 7, I Milteo'd to get him down to 6, which is really quick for Milteo. Usually you can get that by like 8, maybe 9. But I think what really helped me was I actually Death's Breathed a Nephthys on turn 6. So I just got a lot of cards that just let me mill extra, like Blaster Dark and Nicola and Dublame, Duke and Dame.
Oh yeah, so you were on gas. Yeah, you were just on gas.
I was just on gas to just get to NC20 real quick. And it got to round 7 or to turn 7. And so I was just like, okay, I'll probably play Milteo. I'll probably, check the top 2 card or keep checking the top card of my deck till I hit 2-3 costs or less and summon them. And then I'll evolve one of them. I'll have one floating play point. And so I did the first, the fanfare and getting 2 followers. And then I'm like, let me just count my deck or my cemetery. And I was at exactly NC 20. And I'm like, oh, we're not evolving like any of my followers. We are just going straight to end phase, neck for charge 20, set him to 6, board wipe, on turn 7. So that was like pretty crazy.
I know your opponent's eyes were wide open, just like, whoa, okay. All right, this deck is real.
Yeah, it's not a deck that like a lot of people know about. So when it happens, it almost feels like a fever dream when it happens, And then the last round 4 is against Black and White Sword. He apparently had a pretty bad hand, and then I don't remember what I hand ripped, but I hand ripped him with Rule and I guess it was a good card. And what was it? And he, in order to try to come back, it would not have been game, but in order to try to come back, he did do a Realmia Evo for free, paid 3 to give it like the on evolve stat boost, and he attempted to try to storm for 11 damage, and I was just like, Whispers of a Dream.
Oh yeah, Realmia's a 2-drop. That girl's 2.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that 11 damage just went absolutely nowhere.
All that for a drip of blood. True.
Yeah. So Whispers is MVP against Realmia. So that was, every game was good and like unique in its own way. It wasn't like any game was like bad or boring or whatever. I mean, I guess technically the Kagero game was bad just because I never hit Kawi, but it is what it is. Not a big deal.
Oh yeah, PSA for anyone who was like curious about our record, we scrubbed out. Don't worry about our record. I think we won 1 game due to like default. So our record, like we're not the toppers, by the way. Like that's not us this format.
That's actually something probably a little bit later on we'll talk about as far as like how the tournament went. But I know right now we're kind of going through our matches. So that's pretty much it for me.
I'll talk about my worst matchup. I'll just talk about my worst matchup because like I like the thing about Shadowverse Evolve, and I feel like of course we'll talk about it at the end. But like I play D shift, chess D shift. And I will forever just think of this to the life of me. It's like, okay, I have 2 play points up on turn 2, right? Surely I'm going to use my quick spell on my opponent's turn, right? To add cards to my hand on their turn. I look at top 4 for what's the check top 4 spell? I can't even think of it. And I'm like,
Sorcery Cache?
Yes, Sorcery Cache. So like first card, Merlin. Okay. Second card, Trail of Light. That's something I can add to my hand. Third card, Merlin. Huh? And then 4th card D-Shift. I'm like, yo, so who shuffled my deck? Who shuffled my deck? Because they really it's insane. I was just like, oh, so I'm not going to be recycling anything through my deck. Like I had to pray that I was going to see my 3rd Merlin. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to lose this game.
All I can think of is the Spider-Man point at Spider-Man meme of like, who shuffled my deck? Oh, right, that was me.
Like seriously, like real life, like I short up had to take a long, hard look in the bathroom in the mirror. Like I was like, yo, like what's going on? Proceeded to get steamrolled because I could not reuse any of my spells in my cemetery, nor search for any of the spells that I needed. I was like, okay, so I'm just like top decking and drawing the best I can. I proceeded to lose that game.
And then there was one game, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there one game where you did D-shift once and you were like one spell short of being able to D-shift again?
Think of that was the game too. I think that was the same game.
It? Okay.
It was the same game. I was like, you know what? I have to D-shift. Like if I don't D-shift, I'm just going to lose. And I literally D-shifted, had 9. I was like, oh, checks out. Checks out.
Checks out.
But, just really summarize like my entire Shadowverse experience right there at the end.
Yeah. And then like every round, weren't you fighting like bats? Like I don't think it was literally every round, but it was like I swear it was like a Biscraft bats.
Yeah, majority of the matches I was in was like vampire bats. Like I think the last one I did play was bats, and I lost to it, and it was just like it's like the bats wasn't going off gas. It's just like I literally couldn't control. Like I just wasn't the control player. I lost the remote. I literally was looking for it in the couch. As soon as I saw those 2 Merlins, I was like, oh, okay. So I don't have any control over this match anymore.
For what it's worth, as a bat player, I played D Shift, I think like 3 games in Toronto, and 2 out of the 3, the person was like struggling with their own hand, and I was just able to easily overwhelm them. So it does seem like, at least against bats, like D Shift needs to make sure they really have a pretty strong hand, starting the game off.
And that's the thing. When you see sorcery cash in your opening hand, like that's a gas thing. Like this is like, okay, yeah, like I got sorcery cash. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But when I see 2 Merlins on the top 4, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not going to win this game. I don't have any hope.
It kind of reminds me of back when Departed with Death's Breath was much more popular, like in Control and Departed decks. And I'd have games once in a blue moon where it's like I'd get all 3 Death's Breath in hand, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be such a crap game because I have to mulligan this. This is such a bad hand, but I have no way to shuffle the deck, so all my Death's Breaths are just sitting at the bottom. So it just kind of reminds me of that with your Merlin, story.
Yeah, it was mighty tough. But I did like catch like I think I won every other game outside of that one. I think, pretty sure.
Fair enough.
Like,
Fair enough.
Well, for me, I played Amulet Haven, which actually was a great call for the Vanguard set because of how nice it could deal with Kagero. And I did get stuck with most of the Kagero players. So I had my Amulet Haven deck, but I didn't have my credit card with me. So I contemplated on buying Zalgenias and the Great Worlds and things of that nature to close out games. And, as we were building the deck, we literally built it like less than 24 hours before we went.
yeah, most definitely like the night before, like.
Holy moly!
But I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
So you'll see as I explain the matchups what I mean. So there was this one card in particular that I really enjoyed. It was a 2-cost amulet that you get to summon a Holy Tiger. And then at the end of turn, it just gets removed, and then you can spend 3 to heal whatever cost of a follower you choose on the board. So usually you just spend 3 for like a tiger, or choose a tiger and you heal 4 or something like that. But I never use that effect. But I always use the pay 2, get a tiger with Rush, and it was the most clutch card that I had that whole weekend. And so, round 1, it was actually against Amulet Haven.
Yeah.
Very similar build, but because I had these 2-drop cards in the deck, and a whole bunch of early game kind of like preventions, I was able to summon like a whole bunch of Holy Tigers.
Yep.
And be able to like swing for chip damage. And then once we get up to 7-8 play points to where Alexiel was online, I had the advantage because I already had like a whole bunch of chip damage on board beforehand. And we hit all 3 Alexiels back to back to back. I mean, just like Amulet Haven things. So after those 3 turns of Alexiels, I think it was like 10 to 15. He was at like 10 and I was at 15 life. And then he just slaps down the Zelgania. And I'm like, oh, let me read this card. Take 4 every turn? It's like, can I heal 4 every turn? Yes, I can. But for how long?
Yeah, right. That thing is sitting there looking at you the whole time.
Burn, baby, burn.
For the next 20 minutes, we just sat there and played amulets, healing back and forth, up to 20 and back down to 15 and 14. And then it got to a point where I just ran out of amulets to play. And my deck was coming to like 5 cards, and then he just burned me to death. And then
slapped that at Zelgania.
Yep, and that was the only reason I lost, is because he had Zelgania and I didn't have Zelgania.
Money did.
And what's terrible too is I have spare Zelganias, but I didn't have them with me because I was just keeping them home. But if I knew beforehand, I could have brought them.
Yeah, I thought maybe I could slide by without paying the $50 or whatever it was at the time for them.
Yeah.
Because you know, I was coming into the mindset that we were going to play to win, and then after procrastinating on building the deck, I was like, oh, let's just play for fun.
Yeah.
So, definitely, it saved my mental from being irritated at the end of losing the match. Because after the match, I was like, oh, this was just for fun. So
Yeah. Well, this was like your second time there, right? I think you've been to regionals one other time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
So
second time. So
still pretty new.
but overall, I mean, the game just seems like it was very easy. Emily Haven is just very easy to just do your thing.
Yep.
So all these games, it never was a question of what do I do. I like, it's like, oh, I know what to do. I have like all the I have all the answers. Like, is what I feel like when I play Haven. But round 2, I played against Aggro Dragon / Kaguro, and this was actually against Neku, a great player that is in our Discord. Him and his team is amazing. But this was actually a game that I did not draw my early defense. I pretty much drew like a whole mid game Themis and Alexiel in my hand, and he was playing the most aggro deck that could be played that day. Fortes, everything. And
Was it?
It was a regular dragon, no Vanguard only.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like Dragon Craft Kaguro, but okay, all right, just regular Dragon Craft.
No, it was Kaguro too. He played some of the Kaguro stuff, but it pretty much was just ramp dragon because he just ramped for 3 turns and then hit me with 2 Fortes and the Draconic, the boss card for Vanguard.
Oh, Draconic Overlord at the end, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's nothing I could do because I didn't have any defense. So that was a quick win, and I was very grateful for the quick win because I was able to use the bathroom.
That's what you gotta love about aggro, though. Like, your match is over in a quick and jiffy.
Yeah.
And then round 3, I can't remember exactly what I played against. I feel like it was another Kaguro game. But I'm not sure. But round 4, I played against Kaguro, and this was where I really felt like Kaguro could not do anything to me, because those 2-cost amulets that I talked about earlier, playing down the tigers, they literally help with all the early board clear or board presence that they have, because they just want to swing at you, and I just wait for them to swing at me, and then I just play the tiger to clear it, and then I'm just able to heal pretty much all the chip damage that they've done to me. And then once I got to turn 5, I just consistently board wipe for the next 3 turns, and then they can't really do anything. But again, my downfall was Zelgania, because I had no way to finish them off after I played all 3 Alexiels.
Yeah.
And that game, I think that game came to a double loss, because I didn't know how everybody else went. So I just was like, well, I'm not going to concede to this. I'm not going to give the win, because I don't know if you guys both won your matches or one of them won or lost. So, but it came down to time. Literally, the judges were pressed. I don't know what, don't make me do it. Don't make me give the double loss. So, well, you're gonna have to give us double loss, because I'm not conceding.
Yeah. Oh, for what it's worth, because I was trying to find what amulet you were talking about, Chris. It's Holy Bright Altar.
Yes.
That one. Just in case anyone's trying to figure out what card he's talking about.
Truly slept on card. I haven't seen anyone use it, but when I looked it up, I was like, this is perfect. Clear something with 4 defense. Kaguro cards have a lot of 4 defense, and that's what makes it really hard to clear in the early game, but this was perfect.
Right. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Later, just be able to just heal however much. I think at one point I had Alexiel on board, I think, or something like that, and I healed a whole bunch of life, but I can't remember exactly what I had on the board. But yeah, that game came to a double loss, but again, all the games felt like they were actually winnable if I actually had ways to finish out the game, and I think Amulet Haven is just amazing for
definitely slept on deck,
decks.
I will say. Definitely slept on. Well, I think
Yeah.
isn't that the like Haven deck right now though? Is there any other one like?
I mean, maybe
I mean,
minus
Oracle.
Wasteland. I don't know what Wasteland Haven's like, but at least prior to Set 11, it seemed like it was pretty much just like Amulet Haven. I guess maybe if you want to play Fable Haven as well.
Oh yeah, I think that might be the maybe second or
But
third. Oracle Think Tank?
yeah,
Like isn't
that's a whole other can of worms I don't even feel like. Well, we're probably going to touch upon, but
yeah, well,
for the next segment.
yeah, well, probably so. Okay. Now, was that it for your matchups, Chris? Was that everything?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes, it was.
so on the downside, let's start switching over to a little bit of a negative tone. So what is it that we did not like about the tournament? Like the BSF experience. What was our negative tones towards the experience?
Well, I know at least probably would have helped, not necessarily for us, our team per se, but I know the one team, I think it was round 3 that we played against. They played against us, but their team was technically illegal because they had 2 Vanguard players. And so I think it would have probably been helpful to like make a clarification with it being a new format, new tournament, and everything, of just like, and I'm sure there's a lot of new people too, like trying to play the game. Just like, you know, there's only one Vanguard deck in the team. You can't, like, just because your starting Amulet is different or your starting leader is a different Vanguard leader, you know, it's still a Vanguard deck, and you can still only have one of it in the team. I think that's one thing that would have been a nice clarification for at least one team.
I do think that is pretty lame because like a whole bunch of people did like get in, like because a whole bunch of people I did play were like new
Yeah.
players. They were kind of like fairly new, like they had been playing within like the first 2 months. So I think that's kind of like hard, especially with the card issue that we have. Of course, you know, we're not going to get into that right now, but you know, we have a little bit of a card issue. So you know, like if we can do the math here, if you follow me here, character
Yeah.
someone starts 2 months ago. You know, they're right around in Vanguard set, so I mean, they're really only going to have access to everything in Vanguard since you can build all your decks in Vanguard. I do think that's a little bit of a hiccup in a way for
Right.
just like bringing people in, because like the people that we did play were cool. They were cool and they had those decks fully built. So I think like I didn't see a problem because one person was playing Pale Moon, another one was playing Royal Paladins, and I was like, yeah, I don't see the issue there, but I guess like 2 universes can't exist in the same team or whatever. So
Yeah, and especially if you have a bunch of new people, they're gonna want to play the one deck that they have, which is gonna probably be a Vanguard deck. So now you're gonna have like 2 or 3 people on a team wanting to play Vanguard and try to, you know, figure out who's gonna choose a non-Vanguard deck that they might not even own. Yeah, so it's kind of a weird, dumb situation. There was that. There was the top 8 person, right, with their Dragonic Overlord at the end that they like kept being able to find in the deck check. That was unfortunate.
wait, hold on. There was some drama. I didn't hear about that. Wait, what happened with that?
Oh, there. Okay, I might not know all the details exactly, but from what I could understand, there was one person in top 8 that they were doing a deck check, and I don't remember if they were doing Dragoncraft Kagero or just Vanguard Kagero, but regardless, they have Dragonic Overlord at the end in their deck, and the judges kept in their deck check, they kept on doing like test shuffles and checks and everything, and they kept finding Dragonic Overlord the ends in their like testing to see if they randomly are like, they're trying to randomly see if they're finding like the same card based on like little like mistakes in the sleeves and whatnot. And like, as far as I can understand, they initially what was it, they initially thought the sleeve was wrong, so it was like, and I might not have this 100% correct, so don't quote me on this being 100% accurate,
Yeah,
but it was like they initially, I think it was like they initially thought the sleeves were wrong or bad, so they were like, okay, try different sleeves. They were still finding Dote, Dragonic Overlord at the end. So then they were like, maybe because I guess it was like a high rarity Dote, it was like a U. So they were like, okay, what if maybe it's because of like the foiling or something, you know, the kind of special printing for the high rarity stuff. So they tried to do like a low rarity Dote replacement, and it was still happening. And I think they tried something else too. I think they tried like even just putting a proxy card in, just saying this is Dote, and it was like they were still finding it, and like basically if memory serves correctly, they kept finding it and they were just like, yeah, sorry, you're disqualified because like, you know, you're just like, we keep finding the same card over and over again, and yeah, the only option is just disqualify you because yeah, we just keep finding the same card. I don't know, like it's roughly like that. I say that's
so
like
weird. So like, do you think
accurate.
it might have been? Yeah, that like puts a question mark over my head. Do you think it was like the sleeve? Like if they kept finding it with a proxy card in it, like it had to be the sleeves.
Yeah, I initially thought with the cards being different, I initially thought that was the sleeves, and then when they still kept finding it, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe it is just the printing of Dote. But after that, and they still kept finding it, I'm like, what the heck else is it? Other than, like, there's only two things: you have sleeves and you have a card. Like, what else is there?
I want you to know, if like the judges say that there's a printing issue because you have a foiling thing, I'm scared. I'm like, wait, you mean to tell me I paid all this money for this UR and I can't use it?
Yeah, like, and now granted, usually Shadowverse sleeves, like for an example, are not don't very curve that much, but like curving is a thing in like Magic and other card games. So yeah, it's it is something concerning where it's like, yeah, I want to play high rarity cards. Oh, they curve a little bit, and so that doesn't pass deck check. Well, then like, what the heck, you know? Why am I spending all this money on high rarity stuff then? So I don't know. It's a weird situation. The guy, as far as I could tell, the player was just like, it is what it is, and just kind of like accepted it and moved on. But yeah, it is still an ultimately like unfortunate situation.
Yeah, especially getting in top 8, you know, just being like, oh yeah, you got DQ'd, especially if you don't like get prizing. That would be another thing. Like in top 8, not getting your prizing. Yeah, definitely like almost a crash out angle. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
yeah. So there was that. So I don't really know who to really even like blame for with that. It just seemed like a weird situation. So I can't really say there's like room for improvement per se as far as that. I know, and I don't even think it was even just you guys, but I think there were like some people also just mentioning about the limited things that basically people could use for playmats or sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Like,
hey Chris, you want to chime in with that? I want to chime in with that.
I mean, I think it's personally, like, on a consumer side, I think it's a dumb reason. Because I just, you know, want to come in and play, bring whatever mat I have. But on the, you know, on the business side, I have to give it to them. You know, you don't want no other games being promoted, and I get it. And being strict about it, you know, it works. But yeah, that day I was being a consumer, so I was complaining about it.
Fair enough.
I mean, when we buy the cards, that's what we are. We're eating right out of the hands.
Yeah, I suppose not that it was never because of that rule that I have stuck with Bushy Road products, but it's just I am also a stickler for just having everything be themed correctly, so I just tend to grab like the Kara sleeves that of like characters that are appropriate for the cards in the deck. You know, if I'm running a vampire deck, I'll have Vanya sleeves, you know. So then I usually like have a playmat or two that I know are just like Abysscraft related that were from Bushy Road. So like I never have to worry about it, but I understand it sucks that it's either buy their products or just get plain colored sleeves for, you know, your playmat and deck. So
yeah, having people being told, yeah, you can't rock those sleeves, it's like, dang, bro. Like, and like the sleeves look clean too, gang. Like they had over sleeves on them too, so you know it took them like a good minute to unsleeve their deck. Like it is insane.
And I think there was some other team we faced. I can't remember who, but I think they also had to play their playmat like face down because it was just not a Bushy legal playmat.
That's so weird. But I mean, like just like Chris said, from the business side, we get it. But like that is so. I mean, that could leave like a bad taste in your mouth too. That's like your first regional, like.
Yeah, very true. Well, and what's weird too, now that I think about it, is they normally I wouldn't make it as big of a deal because they normally put out paper playmats, but this regionals they didn't for whatever reason.
I do remember that. Yeah, last time they did.
Yeah, and I know they did in Toronto. Like I remember in Toronto. I didn't use my playmat until top 8 because, you know, I just used the paper playmat. But Or actually, no, I didn't use it in top 8 because they actually give you nice, field play mats
top
instead
8,
of like
yeah.
paper ones. But still, like, I don't know why they didn't put the paper ones out. It's not that hard just to throw them on the tables, but
And on
I
top of that, I don't know, not the judges, but the actual like Bushy Road staff. When I came to ask some questions, they looked at me and talked to me like I should already know this information, or like,
did
I
they?
should have done my due diligence before I bothered them with my insignificant question. So,
Ooh, wait, hold on. I feel like I missed this because I'm about to get mad. I'm about to get
I was
mad.
gonna say, because I've usually asked them questions and they've been pretty cool with me, but yeah, that's kind of strange and different.
I mean, with how shitty that website's optimized, how are you gonna get any information? Like, you gotta go to 3 different websites. Like, I sure enough got on the website. I'm like, yo, okay, so what's the box trait? I get on the website, I can't find the fucking box trait. I have to get on Facebook or X to figure out what the box trait is because they have a nice little picture up there. Why is it that the pictures are on social media, but they're not on the website?
When you say box traits, what do you mean by box traits? I'm not totally understanding.
For like set 11, you know how like the whole thing that they're like advertising is, hey, we have maneuver, and like the box trait, that's like kind of what they're doing for set 11. Like, yeah, like the only way you can find those out are through from the social media websites on Facebook and X, where they post them. I don't know. I don't think they did it on Instagram. I don't really like pay attention to Instagram, but like that's where you can find it. But if you go on the website and you look for the box trait, you're not going to find it so easily unless you go on the like Q&A. Like,
when you were saying box trait, I'm thinking like the traits of the boxes, boxes that the cards come in.
Yeah.
So that's why I forgot about the box ability with not.
Like, me and this website will always have this tug of war because like that's supposed to be our source of information. Like, hey, if I want to know what's happening with Shadowverse Evolve, surely if I get on the website, I'm going to find it. I get on the website, I'm not going to find it because like the source is so bad.
Yeah, speaking of the website, and not to be a Debbie Downer, but just since we're just on the topic, I've always like had the complaint / issue. Now, granted, I've only said this to myself, but it always feels like it's impossible to find like how to get promos. I tend to buy promos, and it'd be nice to just know, okay, this is coming from a shop tournament or this is coming from some event. Like, that's fine. I see it sometimes, but it's like out of all the promos, it feels like they only put like 5% like of the information of how to get promos on their website.
They're just like, oh yeah, you're just gonna buy them anyway, so just don't worry about it. Like,
yeah, it's
and that's not a good mindset. It's definitely not a good mindset.
Yeah, I do wish they had like some post method of saying, hey, these are going to be released and this is how you get them. It's like, cool, thank you. I'd appreciate that. Yeah. What was, do you remember what your question was, Chris? Or do you
I'm not gonna lie,
it was about the sleeves and playmat rules and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Fair. I mean, yeah, it's like, who knows? You might not be sure with what sleeves you have, if they're okay or not. You just want to clarify.
Hey, it is what it is. Just wish they would have did better.
Yeah,
higher
standards. Totally understandable. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can, unless we have anything else, I think we can move on into like the next part here. I didn't think our BSF experience would get us so heated. I'm literally like sweating, not gonna lie to you. Like, that website really gets me out of my character. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's just like being on the internet, that like going to a website, like your source hub should be like all in one place. But,
and it's funny because for the longest time, I've always thought, until like basically you, because I've never really heard anyone else complain, I always thought it was just, oh, I'm getting older and I'm clearly starting to be like my parents where I don't know where things are on the internet. But I'm glad to hear like someone else is also having the same issue.
Yeah, like, I'm telling you, it's a grand tug of war. But, you know, I'm not, this isn't a tangent video about the website. I swear.
No.
If they ever put out a feedback, hey, how's our website? Best believe I'm going to be the first one in line to complain. I'm going to be with my sleeping bag too.
They do tend to do review / inquiry, surveys. Thank you. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Surveys.
Yeah.
I want to say about like once a year, maybe twice a year.
That's not enough. That's not
That-
enough.
right.
That's not enough. Like,
For what it's worth as well, and I only found this out because I got second in Toronto. But when you get into like top 8, I don't remember if it's top 8 or top 4, but they will like send you an email survey for getting like so high up into the tournament. So you just gotta be good enough to voice your opinions.
oh yeah, if I'm good at the game, yeah, my fault. With our only one Eastern event we get like every year, PSA.
Yeah.
Like, and then like this one didn't even really matter because like you just get the pricing out of it.
Right.
Your picture taken.
Yeah.
All right, but you know, let's not run out of
sure.
time. Let's move on into the next section. Website. I hope you get better. I won't talk about you anymore, but you know, wishing you well. Let's look at this team that got first place though, and everybody knows the boogeyman. That was a share screen here.
Kagero.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look at that.
There we go.
Let's see. Let me see if oh yeah, it's popping up on the other screen. So hopefully everyone can see. If not, then I can put like a screenshot displayed over it. But
Sure.
it looks like we have Kagero, and Earthright.
Burn.
So
Sounds about right. And that's not meant to be a pun with Earthright. But I realized it kind of was. Wait, Pure Shot Angel? Wait, scroll down. What the heck?
yeah, this is the tech card. Did you know this is not
What?
the tech card? This is the tech card.
I'm like, I know this card from Angels because I have an Angel deck, and I was, researching cards. But I'm like, wait, what is that?
This is
Pure
the
Shot. Okay,
tech
yeah,
card.
5/5.
So you play this one. So basically, what happens is when they play the big dragon, the 5 cost. They play the 5 cost Vortex Dragon. When they play Vortex Dragon, because I guess this list didn't have it. But when Kagero goes for the Vortex Dragon, you play Pure Shot Angel, and then you go into the Evo to do a total of 6 while also burning them for 3. So
Burning for
like,
3. Okay.
So like that, and then you build a 6/6 body that they have to answer, which is a little bit harder in the Vanguard deck. So like
Plus-
that's the tech.
Plus, it does have Rush to hit something else if there is. Oh, okay, fair. That I took a double take when I saw that. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, Pure Shot Angel. That was the tech. But
Okay.
the thing I don't like about seeing like the first place deck is it's like, wow, like you mean to tell me like Kagero Dragon was so good that you just took the engine pieces out and just put it in another deck? You just put it in another deck for top 3 team, by the way.
That's why Kagero is real good.
Like,
I think. Well, and what's unfortunate too is one of the only few triggers they run too is the crit trigger, which is the best one. So it's not even like
a
it's
sale for
con.
3. Yeah, like
Yeah.
2. And it's just such value, And
Yeah.
it's
It's like, oh, you think you have something that will stick on the board because it's standing? Nah, Russian assail. Deal with it.
No, I do want to know like what exactly their matchups were, which I wish they would like display here, but
Yeah. What is if you third base was Abyss. Okay. Oh, okay. They only take pictures for they take pictures, I'm sure, for everyone, but they only put them on the website for the first place people.
I mean, at least they, I wish they did like put their actual things next to it, but it's just their faces. But
yeah. What is on the third row? And maybe it's just because I'm not super familiar with all the Kagero cards. Nope. Scroll back up. Go back up for a second.
My fault.
You're fine. From the top going down, third row, the second card in. That one. Yeah, what is that card?
It's the quick spell, the Demonic Dragon. It's in quick timing. It deals something 6. Like
for 3 at quick.
Yes,
what?
Yes. Like I was like, yo, wait, hold on. For 3, it's not doing 5. What?
When did this came? Okay, it's a Vanguard card. Why does Kagero get that?
Like straight good cards. Like this is like I said, this is a tech card too. Like this was definitely like the card to be playing too. I'm like, yo, 6 and quick timing is insane, by the way. For 3?
Yeah. That's
I
I'd be more fine with it if it wasn't quick, but that's so stupid.
Like, yeah, none of the cards that you're swinging with is safe, by the way. Like,
disgusting.
Oh yeah, 2 of it. I thought they were running a playset, but
everything else looks pretty par for the course for a Kagero deck.
Yeah, pretty standard. Like, so I wasn't a believer in this card. I didn't really know how exactly it worked because of the wording on it, but I thought they had to hit a drive trigger
Oh
for
no,
it
no,
to
it's
go
just
off
when
the
you do the
burn.
drive check.
It's when you do the check, I'm like, oh, ain't no way. I was like, ain't no way I'm taking 2 just because you played this card.
Oh, you didn't hit a crit trigger. Well, that's okay. You'll still get a crit trigger.
You're still,
Don't worry.
yeah. Twin drive, by the way, you're still taking 2. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, you're taking 4 because
Oh
it's
yeah,
both times you check.
Like it's oh yeah, that's a bet, big bro. Oh, and my followers got to take 5 just because you got another Kagero follower on the field. No, that's bad. That's a bet. Oh, that's Storm
Yeah.
too. Oh, okay, that's a bet, big bro. All right.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. But yeah, Boogeyman, like everyone knew that this deck was going to do well, so I'm glad, you know, these champs were able to do well with it.
Oh yeah.
I'm fine with skipping to the last part and saying I am happy that Vanguard is over, because this meta it's not stale like set 7, but
Yeah.
like, I'm just glad it's over.
I'm glad it's over, not because of necessarily Kagero, but I'm just so disappointed with like every other Vanguard deck other than Kagero. Like every other Vanguard deck just feels so meh. And Kagero is just sitting high. Like, and it's fine that Kagero is sitting high. I just wish everyone else was also like relatively on par, because it seems like when they do crossover sets, they try to have the crossover decks be good for, you know, maybe another set or 2 afterwards, since they obviously don't get any new support in the couple sets. But this one, they just overtuned Kagero way too much compared to the others.
So like, does anyone know if like Kagero was like this rampant in JP? Because they had 3 Vortex Dragons, so I know like.
I'm pretty sure it was like, whenever I've seen like, I keep saying like a lot, but whenever I watched videos, it seemed to be the test was how good does it do against Kagero when I watched like JP videos about this time.
Okay, so this was
So it's kind of the bar. Yeah. What was in the Dragoncraft Kagero? I'm just curious what they run other than the Kagero stuff. What is the top middle card?
This Dragon Oracle.
No, not Dragon Oracle.
My fault.
Sorry, very top.
Oh,
middle.
this one?
There you go, that one. Yeah.
Oh, the quick spell, the one that when you discard a Kagero card, you can deal 3 and deal 1 to the enemy leader.
Bari, choose and deal. Oh, okay, it's the
yeah,
okay.
The little gold
that comes card.
That comes in a little starter.
Okay, Zelganea, Dragon Oracle. Oh, that sucks. They couldn't get 3 of the Forte Dragon Oracle, but yeah, powers converged. What's the? Wait, I am Okay, that's weird that they have the drive points in the main deck,
I was about to say like the 40 foot. Well, hold on, I'm pretty sure this is just a straight 40 card deck. Like, has to. Hey, look at that. The website not doing what it's supposed to, right? Like,
yeah, that's I think that's a design error.
The new player's gonna be like, yo, cannot wait to play this with the drive points in my deck.
Yeah, right.
A reliable source of information.
The last card that I'm not super familiar with is the one next to Zelganea. To the left of Zelganea, that one.
Yeah, Velocity Dragon. Like, you play it, you heal leader 2, and then you draw a card. And I think the on drive gets those 2 followers.
Between them, okay, give this follower +1/+1, give your leader 2 life and draw. Jeez, okay. I'm surprised you run Forte.
This isn't Ramp Dragon, so like, you know, you hitting that on like turn 4.
Yeah.
Hitting it right on turn 4, like straight value before anyone can really like get their game going. And then of course top end with Zelganea.
Yeah, if there's one gripe, if there was one thing I wish they just like slightly changed in the card designs for this set, was just, you know how there was cards, I think it was for every archetype that had, it was like a 2-cost 2/2 that you drive for 1 and on drive you deal something 2 damage. I don't know if you're super familiar with them. It might be the, I don't know if Dragon gets it. What's that one? Yeah, you're just hovering over it. That one. I can. Yeah. Now, so that's one deal. Yeah. So this one, I wish this card for other classes seemed so meh. Especially at least coming from Abyss. The Knight of Darkness Rugos, which is the Shadow Paladin version of this card, it is a worse version of Do Blame that came out in set 7. Like Do Blame is a 2-cost 2/2 that evolves for 1 on evolve, deal 2 to something. If you're necrocharge 10, deal 4.
Yeah.
And the Knight of Darkness Rugo, and you also mill 1 on Fanfare with Do Blame.
Yeah.
And Knight of Darkness Rugos is the same, but he doesn't have any way of dealing more than just 2 damage. So it feels like the power creep it feels like it was like a few sets behind or something with this game, like compared to the set 10 that was out at the time.
Yeah, that's like a set 2 card you're looking at. Like a set 2 card, 2 cost. It's like, oh, 2 damage?
Yeah. So it feels weird. And they even give this like they even give this a benefit compared to the Shadow Paladin one of being able to deal 1 damage to each enemy leader. Okay.
Like a total of 4 damage realistically as soon as this thing swings. Like,
yeah, it's I don't know. It feels like Kagro was a little overtuned.
Yeah, the Boogeyman. But I don't think this card was in the starter deck, but I think like they had to really like not touch a lot of things because like they couldn't touch the Draconic Overlord as part of the starter deck, couldn't touch this. Like most of the other cards came from the starter deck, so they really had to like tiptoe what they did touch. So I can understand.
Yeah, and I think Vortex Dragon was a good hit. I'm definitely not complaining about that.
Yeah. I wasn't a believer, mind you, because when I hit these sets, like I'm kind of going into them blind. And when Chris played that Vortex Dragon against me, and I was like, whoa, that's a 6/6. How am I going to remove that? How am I going to remove that?
Yeah, no, it's definitely it effectively is a free effect. I mean, oh no, you got to banish 3 Kagero cards from your cemetery. Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd, what am I gonna ever do? Like by turn 6 especially.
Just like, man, like it's just like, and then mind you, you're in like the Vanguard set. Like I didn't play Vanguard set, so it was of course like Chess D Shift had all the removal. But like, if you're playing Vanguard, it's like, oh, like what am I going to do to this? What exactly am I going to do to this?
Yeah, no, totally. You didn't build any of the Vanguard decks?
Oh no.
I didn't know if you might have even just built Pale Moon.
Rune, yeah, Pale Moon. Like I didn't think that was a deck either until I played against it, and like it's pretty real. Like looping the burn damage and like Storm, and it's pretty cool. But like it still was probably I think the worst out of all the decks though. I think it was the worst Vanguard deck.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, between Rune and I've heard Aquaforce being kind of meh as well. I think I've heard like Aquaforce being very RNG dependent of sometimes you hit real high and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like the Forestcraft experience. Well, I guess in my experience, because I play a whole bunch of Pixies, so I mean, you either hit the gas or you don't.
Yeah, fair.
So, Forestcraft for me is like no shell away from being glass cannony.
Yeah. Yeah, Forestcraft is a weird class that I don't play, but I've seen other people try to cook and build, and it feels slightly disjointed for some reason.
Copium.
Copium.
I don't think anything's real outside of puppets, if I'm correct, outside of Pixie tokens.
Well, I agree, but for what it's worth as well, my one friend who started like a month and a half ago, he got a game with Deepwood Anomaly because he was playing Hostage Hunters.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say like he won the tournament because the fact that he can get a win with Deepwood Anomaly is just impressive to me.
It's like, yeah, I think that's probably like, oh, that thing wins you the game when it swings. Whew.
Yeah.
Ooh. Please tell me your friend evolved it for style points. Please tell me.
I don't remember if he did or not. I don't remember.
Like, surely the game that you do when you have to evolve the Deepwood Anomaly, like the same turn.
Yeah. It was funny though. When he told me that, I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like, nothing else matters. He got the win with Deepwood.
I'm telling you, them alt win conditions. It's like, just like, I bet that Spartacus player that took you to 1 showed up was just like, yeah, I don't care how much the health I have, as long as I'm able to mill my deck out, this game's over.
Well, I remember because I was it was still early in the game or early in the day and everything, and I was still in like a little bit of a morning fog. And so he first played, I can't remember what card it was, but it was like a standard like Swordcraft card that was a 1 cost. And I was like, oh, I think it was like Perseus or something. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then the next turn he plays like Bellringer Angel, and I'm like, what? I'm like, this is not black and white then. I'm like, what the heck is this? And then he played Maid Leader and evolved Maid Leader and grabbed Alter. And again, I was like, what are you playing? Because you're playing Maid Leader. And then he grabbed Alter Plane Arbiter with Maid Leader. I'm like, oh, Spartacus. Okay. Here we go.
Put on your seatbelt then. You're like, oh, we're going for the ride.
yeah. I need to somehow get my deck in motion that moves very slowly early on. So, yeah. It was a funny match. It was good.
Well, let's see. I think we kind of summarize like our like next segment by talking about these decks. Chris, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, I think I am on the different opinion of Kagero. I think Kagero is it's good for the game, especially. And I think it wasn't as bad because the set was so what is it, short?
Mm-hmm.
So short, yeah, that's fair.
But going into next set, I think it's still going to be fine. But I actually enjoyed playing against Kagero, and I enjoy playing Kagero.
Sure.
So that's my take on Kagero. Everything else is fine though.
For what it's worth, as much as I'm like memeing and shitting on it, I don't hate it from a card design perspective. It's just more I wish the other classes were just a little more up to snuff, like about equivalent to Kagero. That's all. So, yeah, I certainly agree. Like, it's a fine deck to play. Like, no complaints about it just existing.
Yeah, I think Kagero is the new baseline that they will start printing too. So that's why I like it.
Yeah. By the way, I am so glad that no Abysscraft cards are in here other than the Gift for Bloodkin. Oh, those do blames. By the way, these Glory Finder cards here, they are such a pain in the butt to get. Oh my god. I am losing my mind at how much these cards like are hard to find and just how expensive people are trying to sell them on TCG Player.
I know this card is going for a lot. That's the combo right there.
Yeah, I know Spawn is very meh. But like, dude, Blame and Leod are just like everyone wants them.
They're the cards. I think like this gives them like the reprints that we need because like this is a sought after card. Blaine is sought after card, of course. For Glory Finder, this is a sought after card, so reprinting them is going to be pretty nice.
Yeah, certainly.
But that leads us into our next section. I think we really did kind of close everything out for Vanguard and how we kind of felt about the meta by talking about Kagero, because that was really like the boogeyman of the set, honestly. And then we talked about everything else. But now we're gonna talk about Showdown, because we do have Showdown this weekend. I'm planning for this video to come out tomorrow. So not tomorrow, but this weekend. Excuse me.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, speaking of Grand Showdown, now that I'm thinking about it, didn't they change? I don't know if you saw this, but didn't they change it where you start playing? You can like the cards that are legal as of like the day that they're printed. Like we don't have to wait like 1 or 2 weeks anymore before they're legal to play. So like, I don't know if that might be going into effect later in the year or if it's just going into effect right now, but there might be people that are trying to scramble to, if it is the case that you can just play cards like as soon as they're just legal and released, you might see people try to scramble to get set 11 stuff for the tournament.
I'm pretty sure set 11 isn't going to be legal for this upcoming tournament, but I did hear talks of them saying that in the future that might be a thing. Let me see if I can find the direct quote here while we're
because I know people were like complaining about, you know, now when regional starts, everyone's gonna have to scramble to get the newest stuff if it falls on release weekend, which was nice when I played Toronto because that was the release weekend of the Vanguard stuff, but it wasn't legal yet.
Can I find it? The post. Don't want to stream my like Facebook, so I'm trying to see if I can find it on my phone.
Good, yeah.
You know, a bunch of other stuff that's not Grand Showdown wise. Like, don't think. Wait. Okay, yep. Found it. Okay, yeah. For the Grand Showdown at Gamers Guild Arizona, it's saying the event location says doors open at 9 a.m. Set legality. Set 11 is not legal for this main event. Set 11 is legal for side events only.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Then it must be like after Grand Showdown that they changed the rules. Okay.
Yeah, they're probably gonna be selling a lot of set 11 product there, so we'll probably get a whole bunch of prices and once everything, because like that's like day after set release.
Yeah. Fair.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be highly sought after.
Oh, funny enough, this is the pricing. Okay, it's showing me the pricing that's going to be for the thing too, so it lines up with what we're talking about now. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's start off with talking about how we actually have some participation pricing here. Like, I this is a big check mark for me. I love this.
Yeah, it looks nice. I am not a huge, neutral. I mean, I play neutral to the extent that I need to for Abyss, but I mean, regardless, I think Zelganea's art is really pretty, and the new Nature's Guidance art looks really nice. I'm glad I'm not a Forestcraft main where I would probably want to get like each of the Grand Showdown colors or something like that if I was a collector.
Looks like you're able to get wait, hold on. Okay, now
What
this
if
is
they get one of
confusing.
each? We'll receive the following promo card. Okay. Cards with different house stamps were awarded depending on location. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we have
So
access
North
to
America
this one.
Silver. Okay.
And then yeah, we get
Oh,
this
the
one.
Celias, those things have got to be money.
Yeah,
the
Celia,
art.
like regular Celia is insane. Like
Yeah.
it's like where's the reprint of her? Actually, aren't we getting her in the beach set? Doesn't she come out in the beach set?
Yes, she is also being reprinted in the beach set as well.
Yeah,
so that's but it's only the base form if I remember correctly.
That's annoying. That's annoying because I have 3 base and I don't have the Evo. Like, that's annoying. I was like, oh yeah, I just had a sigh of relief and
and I just swiped it away.
Yep. Okay. So the side event info says that each entry you get a Nature's Guidance, and
Okay.
after every 3 wins, or I'm saying this wrong. So after 3 wins, you get an extra Nature's Guidance, and then every win after that, you get another one. So essentially, you have to win 4 games to get through a playset of Nature's Guidance, and then if you win all 5.
Very interesting. Okay.
So basically, you basically have to go undefeated. Like, if you get 3 wins, you get an extra Nature's Guidance, and then if you go undefeated, you get a playset +1.
Imagine somebody who's really dedicated to trying to get all the Nature's Guidances actually traveling to like across the world trying to go to each tournament to get each copy.
I mean, like, that's some money.
It's like, kudos to you. And then these Zelganeas, oh my god, they look so pretty.
Yeah, like being able to get them. I mean, but like top 8, like come on, top 8, like
yeah.
I'm so bad. Like, hold on, they're supposed.
Receive the following promo card. The champion will receive 1 additional top 8 promo card and an unsponsored invite. Okay, so the champion gets 2. That's kind of annoying if you want to run. I mean, granted, I guess it's Ogre World, which decks usually run 1, but that's kind of slightly annoying.
Oh, if I didn't specify, that was for the side. That was for the side event that I was talking about, for the Nature's Guidance.
Oh, the Nature's Guidance, gotcha.
But there's another side event. Well, of course, it's Glory Finder. You get the promo box or promo pack, and then the sealed box tournament. They're having a sealed box. Interesting. Oh, wasn't that was it pick 8 or something like that? That's kind of technically what it is, because you like build a deck out of the box.
Oh, kind of like a draft format.
I think so.
Okay. I've never been a big fan of like those kind of formats, so that's like if the opportunity was there to do it, I'd just be like, yeah, sure, but it's not my thing. I like to cook with what cards I have, not try to figure it out on the fly.
Outside of that, I don't think there's like really much to talk about like Grand Show outside of the pricing. Like, I'm not gonna say keen, but like I'm not too familiar with all like the topping players, since like I feel like we get a rotation of like different people every time we see them. So, like, I don't know. I mean, the last stream we had was like what, Worlds Finals, like earlier this year. So I think that was like, hopefully this event is gonna be streamed, but who knows?
I hope so. What's that?
I said we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. kind of wish they'd stream more often. It's kind of unfortunate that they, it'd be nice if like even if it's like the top 4 or something, if they like recorded matches, but it is what it is. I hope the tournament isn't too boring with it just being like Kagero versus Kagero like a million times.
Yeah, I think a couple rounds of that is a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about set 11. That's literally tomorrow. We have set 11 dropping tomorrow, gentlemen. So
Yes.
what are we excited for here? Personal opinions before we start getting into some hard facts of reality.
I mean, it's probably pretty obvious if you have watched any recent videos of mine on the channel how much I'm hyped for Ice.
So is it
Or,
Ice Schillendrig? Ice Schillendrig or Ice Schillendrig? Like, how do you say it?
As far as I know, it's just Ice Schillendrig, just all together because it kind of merges together. But Ice Schillendrig.
Okay, like I didn't really
It is
know
a
how to
very weird name.
pronunciate it. Yeah, like
People do tend to call him Icy, so if you want to just call him Icy, you can call him that.
I don't mind that actually.
You might say it's a cool name.
Oh man, I'm actually taking literal damage from that one. I'm tiny. Yeah, like you remember what we said about summoning sickness? Yeah, I think I'm feeling that right now. Oh,
Worth.
okay, so I'm excited for personally, like I mean I do like not I'm excited for not. I was gonna say Vincent, but I'm just glad mages is gonna be a thing, but like I'm excited for not like
I was gonna say I was gonna ask you if you're gonna build Vincent, but it sounds like you're more of a not
oh,
person.
I'm still gonna build Vincent. I've been trying to cook with mages for the longest time. I'm just like, yo, I cannot get enough of these different cards in the cemetery. It's just not working. And then I saw Vincent, and I was like doing the reveals. I was like, whoa, is mages finally a thing? Like it felt like that scientist in the lab. I was like, wait, is this it?
Is Vincent a mage? I know he's Wasteland.
Vincent's a Wasteland mage. He's a Wasteland mage. No, just like,
That's
oh
hilarious.
my gosh, here it is. It's finally here.
Oh my god, it's happening. Places, everybody. That's funny. Okay, I didn't realize Vincent was a mage. Of course, I've been so fixated on Ice that I really have not paid attention. The only other thing I've like paid semi attention to is Swordcraft with Bunny and Baron, only because I just enjoy the similarity to Bonnie and Clyde. I do like that. That's pretty cool. But and I do like that they get like a vehicle as well. It's unfortunate that the other classes don't get vehicles of their own kind of style.
I mean, they do, but they're like little tokens. I mean, like...
yeah, they're not like the unique, like class specific, token vehicle.
Yeah. Chris, your favorite ones?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
I'm more interested in the dragon stuff. I think there's a lot of good things for Ramp Dragon, and just what Dragon just wants to do with Overlord. So I'm very interested in the big boss monsters. That's really all I had looked at so far. Because I mean that's the first thing I look at when I look at a new set is the dragon cards. But I'm very interested in making something generic dragon out of it, and also Kagero when the cards go down in price. So make that too.
Fair. I was looking at the Dragoncraft stuff, and at least I know you were mentioning normal generic Dragoncraft stuff, but I was looking at the Wasteland stuff, and it seemed kind of, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed kind of mid. It seemed kind of underwhelming.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that Wasteland dragon is not real. It was just like, whoa, you play another 2 cost? Is that all the legendary does? Is that it?
Yeah.
So.
Well, like it seemed like it was kind of more of like a mid-game card, where at least like Not and Vincent and Ice all felt like they were more like late game, big boss cards. So I don't know. I'm not trying to, grill Dragoncraft. Dragoncraft's always been a little bit of a weird enigma to me. Like, it feels like, I don't know if they're like concerned about the Dragon Oracle ramp and trying to just make sure everything else is kind of more moderate or what, but yeah, Dragoncraft is a little bit of a weird class to me.
Hey, it brings in sales. I will tell you that. And the amount of people that
Oh
are
yeah.
like, yeah, I need my Dark Dragoon Forte.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there are certainly good cards in Dragoncraft, but it feels a little disjointed. Yeah, especially the Forte. Oh,
Is it
jeez,
getting
yeah,
reprinted?
Yes.
yeah, it's being reprinted as an SP in the set with the bikini design like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be really expensive.
Oh, I know, and people are gonna shell out for it too because it's Dark Dragon Forte. She's like
Yeah,
Loki, kind of the face of like Shadowverse in a way. Like,
yeah, the guy I was getting my order from, he was like, "Do you want this?" We pulled it. I'm like, "It's pretty, but it's also pretty expensive, so I am
yeah.
good, and I don't play the class."
Don't you want to keep it in your binder for safekeeping? Surely.
No, I'd rather have more copies of other cards.
Right. Like, I'm just glad I'm not a dragon enjoyer. Like, I know dragon players are sitting there like, I need.
Especially the Forte simps. I feel so bad between Forte having a U rarity on initial print, then they reprint Dragon Oracle with a Forte art, and now this. Like,
My wallet.
Forte's a wallet burner. Yeah.
Like, surely, big
Yeah.
big rip.
Yeah. So I am kind of curious though about how that the class or the deck that runs the 7 costs and higher Dragoncraft cards goes. Like that seems to also be like a sub archetype in this set. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
All right, let us switch over. I'm gonna turn the stream off real quick. Let's switch over to some hard facts then, unless anyone has any closing thoughts on what they feel about set
Not in
11.
particular. I mean ice is gonna at least be in, like, if there's gonna be at least in Abysscraft wise, if you're gonna have a good deck, it's gotta have ice in it at the very least. So that's pretty much the Abysscraft perspective.
I think the new set and everything is going to be a breath of fresh air.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. And just playing a little bit more. So now the new rotation of non-fast sets or whatever they were doing for the past like couple months is over. I think we can get back to regular things.
Yeah. It'll be nice to be back on, I don't know, non-Vanguard decks, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just nice though.
But I hope they sometime print some more support for the other Vanguard sets, because Shadow Paladin was one of them that seemed interesting, but don't want to pick it up if it's that bad.
Yeah, it's mid. And what's crazy too is I actually played a game against a friend where I run 2 Luckbirds, which I don't know if you know, but it's a Havencraft Vanguard card where you can put 5 triggers from your cemetery back into your deck and shuffle. Mm-hmm. And you regain the 1 play point you cast for it, and you get to draw a card. So it's basically literally free, and you just cycle 5 triggers back into your deck. I played against a Royal Paladin match against my friend just this past Monday. I did both Luckbirds, so effectively put 10 cards back in my deck, right? And by the time I finished the match and I beat him, I had 4 cards left in my deck.
Oh.
Like, yeah, Shadow Paladins go through their deck like insane.
Talk about Necrocharge.
Yeah. So it's very funny and interesting, but it's crazy how much you need to like refill your deck if you can. But yeah, it looks like based on the set 11 here, it looks like mainly Rune, Kagero, Sword, and Abyss.
Yeah, we got so this is what it set 11 is supposed to look like. I'm saying that with air quotes because we are going to look very different because we have to explore our metas very, like, a lot quicker. Just very fast. I don't think the meta after this one really is a meta. I don't think they're going to kind of, let me back up here. Yeah, we go right into 12, but 12 and 13 are going to be one. There's no, what is it? Ocean, whatever the
There's the Seaside Memories.
Yeah, Seaside Memories set.
That's no. There should be a Seaside memory set. Well, yeah, the Seaside memory set doesn't really change the meta because it's
Yeah.
basically like one new card for each class, and otherwise reprints. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I think Academics gets a new card, which I'm excited for. I'm happy about that. But we'll talk about that on a later date. But
Yeah.
this is what set 11 is supposed to look like. Sword Frontier, but I think Frontier is supposed to be Wasteland. That's like the translation JP wise.
Yeah. Yep. That's just
let's
gonna be
see.
Wasteland.
I
I will be right back in a minute, but just feel free to keep talking. I'll be right back.
I got you. I've been yappering for a minute. Okay, so third place deck list, Frontier. Make a little note for that. And what else? I think everything else is like it's crazy how we're coming out of like the kind of crossover set, and we're still like we still have Earthright that's still been around. D-Shift still been around. Bats still been around, by the way. And then Kagero, which is what we feel like was the boogeyman, is kind of stale. So wonder if they're gonna touch anything on that.
Speaking of bats, I might just play a little bit more. Actually, get a cards for bats and play that a little bit too.
Yeah, you did have Bat Suit, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit of it.
Let's see. I don't think I don't think Bats got any cards, but like anything. Hold on, let's see what Bats does look like while we we shouldn't do Abysscraft without our Abysscraft specialist. Let me put no one did any huge toppings, so we'll just do card box.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. We're gonna look at a couple of decks for set 11. So let's see. I don't think Bats is gonna get anything crazy.
So Bats doesn't. Do they even get any support technically? They technically get no support. However, Ice Shilling.
Yeah, like it's technically a card you can just run since it's like own engine.
Yeah.
Just the legendary itself.
Yeah, the okay, they do have quite a few here. Yeah, so we got that. The other thing that's crazy, well, maybe not crazy, but I don't think a lot of people realize is, do you know Old Blood King?
Yes, the vampires. Yes, the Old Blood King.
Yeah. This guy. Yeah, OBK. So one thing I don't know if people realize is at least the Magic Train, it says you can engage up to the followers up to a cost of 5. So you could pay 4 for Old Blood King, and he gets the 2 bats out. So you could just pay 1 and tap the Old Blood King and one of the bats to maneuver the Magic Train.
Which is pretty good because, like, yeah, that's a big. Well, it's not a storm card, but you're able to get some good removal. Do you draw a card off the Magic Train when you remove?
No, you get 2 life when it removes. But also keep in mind it doesn't have summoning sickness after the first turn you play it. So every turn,
yeah.
So every turn after the first, I mean, you're just going to be swinging at face and popping something and healing 2.
Okay, I don't think any of these other things are going to change. So we'll just look at Frontier and any of the newer decks that did well.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we had the Frontier Sword, which we already pulled up a list for. Let's see what actually we were talking about Haven. Let's see Haven, like a Haven.
Oh yeah.
Frontier Haven's a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, like I will say, I absolutely love this. The glare. I'm like, I'll tell you, like, this is a conversation sparker right here. Like, this is a conversation sparker right here. It's like, okay, yeah, let me look at these decks. It's like, oh, like, what the hell is this card? It's just like, what is this? I can't even see this. Like, you have to sit there and have to, like, turn into Inspector Gadget to figure out what these cards are.
Yeah, I feel that whenever I record my matches, I always try to, like, have my cards set away where it minimizes the glare on the screen.
Look at this, like, goodness.
Yeah.
Like a big old thing. That wasn't. Wait, hold on. Oh, I was gonna say that wasn't even Haven.
No, it was Haven. It looks like it's Haven.
Well, yeah, this one was Haven, but it looked like the last one was like Sword. I might have like misclicked, but we'll just focus on like the bigger dogs. That's
That's
still
fair.
Haven.
That's
Okay,
Haven,
so
that's
sword.
Sword.
Sword is going to be a thing that's happening. Also, this was what interests me when I think I peeked at this before.
Oh,
This little,
is that the U rarity? Oh no, that's a promo.
yeah, I think yeah,
Oh,
Grand Prix 2024. So yeah,
oh, good
I
lord.
don't think we're gonna be getting that. I don't think we're gonna be getting that. At least not with that
Oh,
hot stamp.
fair, fair. I was gonna say they might still print it. That's the Desperado shot.
Yeah.
The Wandering Chef. Everything here looks pretty. Nothing super out of the ordinary. The only thing I'm not totally convinced on is the Quixotic Adventurer.
Wait, which one's that one? Is that her?
That one, yeah, that's the Quixotic Adventurer. It's the promo waifu version.
Oh yeah, she probably looks bland in her normal. Actually, do we still have? Yeah, we do. We can just like cross
Yeah,
reference these
you go
cards.
to cards.
Yeah, the thing about like this is like we got to do like a whole science for it. Oh, she was a neutral, wasn't she?
No, yeah, it's a neutral. Yeah,
We got to like maneuver and weaver to figure out what some of these cards
right
are
there.
special. Yes. Oh yeah, because it's just a regular guy. They had to wifify.
Yeah,
Wifify.
yeah. Same thing with the Desert Pathfinder from set 7.
Like, and Spartacus. But Spartacus looks hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard body. I mean, like this is a pretty good Evo in terms of stats. Like, I mean, I don't know how often this is gonna come up, but you spending the total like 5 on like.
Yeah, I think the Swordcraft deck you had up, I think he just runs the base and doesn't even run the Evo. So like, there's a Quixotic Adventurer there, and yeah,
Yeah, that's what
he doesn't even run
show.
the Evo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just using it to get out the dutiful steed, I'm assuming.
Yeah, what's the no? It's put a dutiful steed in the EX area.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, you have to pay for it too. Jeez.
I mean, like, there's not really much you're doing, but like turn 1 goblin or reverse goblin, inverse goblin, whatever you want to call it, but like a turn 1 goblin, like, not bad. Because I think you're probably like trying to really match with some early game freak. Like all these 1-drops you
That's
do
fair.
have.
I know at least for Abyss, I've seen some decks run Quixotic Adventurer, but I've also seen a decent amount that don't even run them, and I don't blame them, at least for Abyss, because Abyss probably has, generally speaking, enough 1 cost that they don't like need Quixotic Adventurer. But you usually use Wandering Chef and Vagabond Lizard.
So I guess they're really just running off the car. Like, I think that's like the whole thing, not stall and then running off the car.
Yeah, that's kind of their game plan, because the car's so funny. So it turns into a 3/3. In order to maneuver it, you just either tap Bunny and Baron or pay 1 play point and tap 2 followers. And it has Storm, and on strike, if you have a follower on the field, you draw a card. Like, oh no, that's like totally impossible to do.
Yeah, like
with the deck. It's
I'm
such
not
a funny
gonna be able
like
to swing and draw a
stipulation.
card. No, not that. Like,
No. Yeah. But I mean, it's only a 3/3 vehicle, so it is like pretty susceptible to being killed. Even like a quick 2 cost deal 3 damage to a follower spell could kill it.
is it a 3 cost amulet? Does it turn to a 3 cost?
It's a 3 cost 3/3 amulet.
Let's look
You can
at
look
it.
up Val.
I think the whole point of you put out a whole bunch of the dutiful steeds and stuff like that, and you kind of like buff it up to like get it to a really like nice damage.
Oh yeah, and especially with Realmia being in the deck too.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, it's a 2 cost. Okay, so it's a 2 cost.
Oh, it's a
Alright,
2 cost 3/3.
Yeah. I mean, but like, this thing just turning into an amulet is just like, as soon as you do maneuver, like it turns into a follower and then you just buff it up because it is a Wasteland / mount.
Yeah.
So it turns to a 4/4, then turns into a 5/4, and yeah, for Storm, and it's just a lot of damage in 1 turn. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's at least a little easier to deal with compared to, because you could even like Whispers of a Dream it away when you go to swing with it.
Well, very Abysscraft, thing. Like, not everybody has access to Whispers of Dream, but like
they don't. Dang.
they don't. What you call it? What is it? Fall from Grace. Like, that's definitely gonna be the tech card.
Oh yeah.
Stop the storm
Fall from
damage.
Grace. Yeah.
Actually,
No, I agree.
Need to check if Fall for Grace says followers.
You know what's also really fun is Kagero just has a straight up amulet killer card.
Oh, they do too, don't they? Like,
Yeah.
just have everything in your class by there.
No, I mean it's in Kagero, not Abyss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
Oh,
Of
okay,
course. Of course.
of course.
Is this what? Oh, and this is Wasteland Abyss. Okay, so I know.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
Wasteland.
you're excited. You got your hands like pressed together, ready to talk about this one.
Oh yeah. I do have a few. I do wonder about like the Sylvia the Condemner or Miss Tart or the Tart Man. But otherwise, pretty good. I'm also debating on like swapping out Odile Black Swan for Kawi instead. But that's all just kind of little text. But I mean, ultimately, the deck is here. You know, you have Odile or Ilgano, Soul Conversion, Dead to Rights, Skeleton Dreamer, Wandering Chef, and Vagabond Lizard, Whispers, Wretch, Great Pet Corpse, Ice, and Zelganea. And also what's fun too is just the token, the amulets turn back into amulets at the end of the turn, so you could always just play Zelganea first, and there's just no followers on the field because it's technically an amulet, so you can pop something and draw a card, and then you can pay 1 to engage, you know, Zelganea and maneuver the Magic Train. So Zelganea just synergizes really well with this deck. It's almost stupid in my opinion.
Well, yeah, so I mean, it's a 5-cost too.
Yeah. 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 So
expect Frontier, air quotes by the way, Wasteland Abyss to be on the map.
Yeah, and I'm really hyped because almost all the Abyss cards are also departed, and they work really well with like Demon Lord Hector.
Oh yeah, Necro Charge. Yep. I do remember that. I remember saying that in some of my videos too. Yep.
Yeah. Especially when I saw Skeleton Dreamer for the first time, I was like, "Holy crap! This card's amazing for Ektar. It's literally perfect for him." So yeah, I'm kind of nerding out over Wasteland right now. It's just it just feels like there's a lot of like cool skill expression in this deck.
I feel like there's a lot of skill expression in a lot of these like crafts. I think set 11 definitely it definitely does feel like a bit of breath of fresh air. Like hopefully the Vanguard players that played in the crossover set are looking to look at like this new side of like Shadowverse Evolve that we're going to be on. It's like we're technically in the new side of the story, so
yeah. I know I met a few people at regionals that they started in set 10. They seem to be enjoying the game and everything, so yeah, hopefully they kind of keep sticking with it and enjoy it, because this definitely seems like a fun set to get into. And most of the cards are pretty self-contained. I mean, I know there, at least for Abyss, there's a few outside of the set, but nothing terrible. Let's see, Dublame, he's actually a little expensive now, I think. Not terribly, but a little, because he's an older card. Paradise Vanguard, at least the base rarity version is really cheap. Tartman's pretty cheap. Zelganea is going to be a little bit of money, as Chris knows.
Yeah. I don't know if that card would ever get cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, this set is not helping. Yeah. But otherwise, it's not terrible. Everything else is not terrible.
I think this is the one that topped, I think. I'm pretty sure this is the one.
Is it?
Wasteland deck that top. If I can ever find Abyss. There we go. Yeah, there was one of them that was... Yeah, here we go. Autumn Chiba, top 8. So, Grand Prix. Yep. That's what
okay.
Alright, so, like, Wasteland is toppable. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Wasteland is toppable. We'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm not big excited for that, but
yeah, not for Kagero. I'm also going to be having fun cooking Departed, because just between Ektar and Tartarus the Tormentor with Ice is just a trifecta. Good synergy.
I'm excited to see the list.
Yeah, I'm actually I guess for anyone watching this now, I'll be posting my Departed deck tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that.
Well, I'm excited. Got my hands together for that.
Yeah.
All right, so we are running out of time, so we're gonna probably skip our next little gossip section. We'll save that for another time, but we will go ahead and like close it out because some people do have to go to bed.
Yeah.
Um, so any like last minute things you guys want to talk about for the set 11 meta? Like, any thoughts,
um,
concerns?
Set 11. I feel like I probably already fangirled enough. So if Chris wants to take the spotlight, I'll let him take it.
Nope. I don't got nothing else for that.
Okay.
I got you. I got you. Okay, so let's go ahead and close out, ladies and gentlemen. So let us talk about how we feel about Shadowverse Evolve as a whole. I can turn this off. Let's make ourselves big again. Thank you,
Oh, yeah.
big screen. You were awesome. You were awesome. Okay. Close
So,
these. Anybody can start. Fix this.
I mean, overall, I'm not having any complaints. Like set 11, I have no complaints. Even though people might complain about Kagero, I still don't really mind. The only thing I kind of have concerns about is just set 12 and 13 and the combined set, and 14 and 15. Hopefully the ratios are pretty appropriate for being two sets smashed together. They also did limit planetary fracture today. That's brand
Oh
new
yeah,
news.
they did make a little post about that. I'll put a little prompt here. All right.
Yeah. I think it's fine. As far as I can tell, it sounded like planetary fracture was abusable in Rune. I think probably because like Merlin could tutor it. And it made Thief a little too strong because Thief's whole gimmick is making your opponent mill themselves and taking their cards.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact you get 3 cards that just say they lose, a fourth of their deck, it just doesn't seem super healthy for the game. And it sounded like it pretty much null and voided Abysscraft from the sounds of it, from just like the little bit of talk I heard. Probably because you're already like milling yourself a lot, so then banishing 10 is just like, okay, cool, I got like no deck left to work with. And I guess it was an alternate like condition, or really like abusable for Havencraft apparently as well.
Oh yeah, because you can just like mill your opponent like from just stalling the whole game.
Yeah, and you're just stalling the whole game. So, I mean, I think it makes sense. I think it's fair. I haven't seen any gameplay of it, so I don't know firsthand seeing gameplay how abusable it was. But I think they made the right call. I mean, worst case they say, oh, never mind. Yeah, we'll put it 3 again. But I doubt they'll do that. They're probably well aware of it with the Japanese meta. But I mean, otherwise, I don't know. I'm still pretty hopeful for the game. It doesn't seem like it's, obviously not everything's perfect because of the things we've talked about, but it's nothing that's like, you might say planetary fracturing.
Oh wow, like 2 in 1 video, 2 in 1
Yeah.
video. Like I'm taking damage. Like
Yeah, banish those 10 cards, Sparta.
For real. Like yeah, you got it, Spartacus. You got it. You got it. You got the game.
Actually, that's a good point too, as far as with Spartacus with
Oh yeah,
planetary
true.
fracture.
Yeah, Spartacus. Yeah, get rid of 10. Yep. Then Spartacus right after. Yep.
Yeah. Dang.
I'm trying to get my cards in for Spartacus now. So like, the thing is, when I order cards, I guess I'll get into my section for it too. But like,
Yeah.
getting cards, very hard process. Even like I know I have some EU friends that have even a harder time getting cards. I have a hard time getting cards. I have to find like different sources or different shops. Did order some splits from some people. It was cool. I will say, like, I'm not a box opener, and I do feel bad for people that did open cases for set 9. That's when Earthright and that came out, vampires and all that.
Yeah.
When they opened cases and they didn't get a playset of all the legendaries, and it's like, oh, like it's the point of opening the case if you don't get a playset of everything. Like it's the whole point of buying a case.
Yeah, because they crammed the 2 starter decks from Japan into that set for whatever weird reason.
Which I think people would have been okay paying like the extra money for like those side things too. So
yeah, I feel like it was at a good point in the game where they could have just made the starter decks and just you haven't had new starter decks in a while. Here's 2 new starter decks. Try the game out.
Like, yeah, I think that's a perfect way, like a fully built deck for people to get into. Like,
Yeah.
missed opportunity, and now like we're going to hit that same problem where these cards are just only going to get like harder to obtain the further away from the sets we get.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not kidding.
Because like I feel like I know the Glory Finder, like Glory Finder was copium. I will say Glory Finder's copium for reprinted cards. Like that, they need an excuse to reprint cards, and Glory Finder was that exact thing. So now
Yeah.
we can put those Glory Finder expansion pass cards in. I haven't bought a Glory Finder pack because I don't know how many of the ratios you do get. Because mind you, I've been playing since like set one, so I already have all the cards that I do need outside of the newer ones.
Well,
So like
there's no expansion packs for Glory Finder. It's just the starter decks, right?
yeah, well, they had the new one, like they had the regular starter Glory Finder with Sword, Rune, Abyss, and then Haven, and then mind you,
Oh,
Forest and Dragon were separated because they didn't have leaders, and we just got
right.
the Forest and
Force and
Dragon.
leader.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
new like legendary reprints.
Right. Yeah,
Here.
those were nice. Okay, that's that's
So
what you
I
meant.
think that's what the plan is for Glory Finder on top of the casual, gameplay of the 4-player commander thing going on
Yeah.
with it too. But on top of that, hey, that's a reason we can reprint cards instead of just reprinting cards that not everybody needs, but new players do need it.
Yeah, well, that's certainly true. It's nice. I'm trying to think. No, they started with Glory Finder in the West, so Japan initially didn't get it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, the reprints are nice. I do wish there were a few cards they would reprint again, but I don't know if or when they'll ever do that. So
Yeah, it's a big ask. That's a big ask, I tell you.
yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to like survive getting through the rest of this year with the combined sets and everything.
Oh yeah, because like we're running quick. But before we get into accelerated schedule, Chris, did you how are you feeling? Don't want to run too fast.
Oh no, good. I have nothing to add.
Fair.
Fair enough. Okay, so all right, do we feel like the game's going in the right direction? Do we feel like this game's going? I don't want to like be a Debbie Downer. Do we feel like the game's gonna die? Because we just watched. I think it was this year. We watched. What was that game that like literally just died? I want on the tip of my tongue. It's Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's not. It's not. I don't know why I want to call it Battle Spirits. Battle Spirits.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure that died this year.
Yeah, it was either this year or last year, but yeah, it was relatively recent. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I think a part of the Battle Spirits thing too was their card design. Like for some reason, I think they changed it between the East and West printing, where it made it look kind of more confused. I remember watching a video on it. Not that I know much about Battle Spirits, but the guy was saying that like it was just like the cards were just poorly designed and just confusing to read and understand. But I don't think it's as bad as that. I think just kind of. I think if they can just kind of make sure that they print plentiful enough in the combined sets to get through the rough patches, I think everything will be fine.
Well, and then on top of that, like not just keep our minds like honed in on Battle Spirits, but we also have the HoloLive game that's coming out, and then we have Godzilla. So like we've got multiple IPs that are running over Shadowverse that are a little more. I won't say little, a lot more popular than Shadowverse. That's like going in the right direction.
I mean, HoloLive, yes, I totally understand that. Godzilla, though, I mean, Godzilla is popular in Japan. Don't get me wrong, and I love Godzilla too. I used to watch the old Godzilla movies, but like giant monster movies are not as big in the States compared to Japan. So I don't know how big it's going to take off, and especially with it just being like screenshotted images on cards, like Weiss does. And I looked at the first set only because I was curious. Not that I wanted to get into the game, but I was just curious, like what the cards looked like and everything. And it was like 90 to 95% of the cards were all just Godzilla. Parentheses insert some year that the movie came out. Like I don't know. It feels like God forbid you make a Mothra card or King Ghidorah card, or Kong, King Kong card, or something like that. It just seems like a weird first set. I don't know. I'm not totally sold on Godzilla. The Hololive stuff, I went out, will be kind of like Weiss, where people will buy it because Hololive, but there might not be like a huge player base. I don't know about that though. Like not
I mean,
not
yeah,
totally
we'll have
convinced.
to see. Like, we'll have to see because like it is the new kid on the block. But I want you to know, like, it's kind
Yeah,
of like, I don't know, to just compare it to fighting games. Like, there's always going to be a new fighting game at like Evo, and like the one thing is like it could flop. It's going to be on
yeah,
stage, but that game could flop after it comes out. So it's kind of like the same thing with TCGs. Like, they
yeah.
demo it at Gen Con, which I heard was like a little bit of a fire. Um, and I
Also,
don't know all the
also
details about that, but
yeah, and also just I suppose we are kind of comparing apples to oranges a little bit with Shadowverse and the other Bushy games, because as far as I know, Bushy Road is making Hololive and Godzilla, where all they're doing for side games, or all they're doing for Shadowverse, is printing side games cards.
mm-hmm.
So there's probably, I'm sure there's some kind of contract between the two where like they have to say, okay, we are with you for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years before we renew a contract. And, so even if the game's kind of going to crap, which I mean, hopefully it doesn't, but I'm just saying if, they're probably still contract bound to have to print the cards, at least until the contract is over with.
Well, we don't have anything as after January of next year. Like, so far, well, actually, that's not true. We don't have anything planned so far in the schedule. I know we got that little announcement that what is it, Precone, Princess
Oh, Princess
Redive.
Connect. Yeah,
Yeah,
Redive,
Princess Connect is going to be coming. So
yeah.
like, I don't know if that's happening for us next year, because like in the accelerated schedule, the one that I'm thinking, at least the schedule that I'm thinking of in my head, has the New World Genesis, and then there's nothing after New World Genesis. That's like January.
Um, New World. Oh, where was New World Genesis? Oh, you're talking about it. Oh, yeah. New World Genesis is in March. So technically, we don't know anything past March.
Okay, so it's in March. Okay, then wait, hold on.
Yeah.
What's in January of next year then?
January is Banquet of Dreams and Trial of the Omens,
Oh,
set
okay.
14 and 15.
Okay. Checks out. All right.
I think they're probably holding off on saying more after March just because they want to see how the combined sets do.
Mm-hmm.
See, kind of get the vibe check of how people feel. So I don't want to really say I'm like doom or gloom right now, or if everything's fine. I think it's just too early to tell.
Yeah, just hopefully they can just get everything together, because like if people are dissatisfied with like cases, like they like that's what makes the money, is these cases. So like they need to get these cases together. If they get these cases together, people will keep buying cases and product will still be running. We'll still have that
Yeah,
little bit of a reprint issue, I will say, that is like kind of like destabilizing our market in a way, because like as a new player, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I'm gonna look at, because mind you, Shadowverse Evolve is not like anybody's primary game. At least if Shadowverse Evolve is your primary game,
it is for
like
me.
You're the outlier.
yeah,
I know I'm the outlier. Don't worry. No
but
offense.
like you can shell out like if it's your primary game, but like if this is like I play Magic, and then I'm checking out Shadowverse Evolve, and then you're just like, okay, well I want to get into Swordcraft, and you look at Celia Sky Commander and she's $45. I'm like, oh, so I need 3 of this.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, so you see about that, I mean I got this one crazy commander card that's probably $45 that does twice as much as what Celia does.
Yeah, and I mean, for me at least, with the combined sets and everything, I'm probably gonna be like trying to fly low to the ground. Like, I'll probably still get a playset of all the Abyss stuff, but a lot of times too, I'll get like one, like maybe another playset or two of like certain cards, just for other decks. But if the format kind of moves so fast, it's like, why even get extra copies if it's literally pointless the next set.
Yeah, only having like what 2 to 3 weeks to explore meta, like with 2 sets in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Bullet of Fate, and then like exactly a month later, Seaside. I'm assuming about another month later is the first combined set. So I mean, it's pretty much like one a month until January, where they give you a break in February, and then it's New World Genesis in March. So it's gonna be rough.
Like I said the first time when we saw the accelerated schedule, I will say the strong will survive, but you know what will be left of the strong if like the game's not even there after March, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I no by any means. I'm not knocking on wood. Like keep this game around. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, no, certainly. I'm not like bashing the game. It's just I understand what they're like. Okay, here's like my thought process is I understand they want to combine the sets to get caught up, and that's fine. And I think we've kind of expressed our concerns about the ratio, so they're clearly aware. But I think what they kind of need to understand too is they also want this combined set so they can move forward faster. So like they do have to kind of, it's a little bit of a give and take of like, okay, you want to move fast. Well, like if you want the game to survive moving fast, you got to at least make sure it's kind of supplied well in the sets, you know?
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's a give and take with CardGames and Bushy Road.
Yeah, so I mean, like realistically, like you know, I still love the game. I'm still gonna keep buying. Like as long as nothing crazy happens. Like I don't think our game could survive something like crazy happening. Which you know, I can't even think of something crazy happening. Like you know, a truck falls over and all of our product falls out. You know, like,
Yeah.
like that's the craziest thing I can think of right now. But
the only thing I can think of, and this is just from past experience, is just they power creep the game so much that it just stops being fun. But I mean, so far, I mean, I get like there's a little bit of power creep in every set, and that's fine. But like compared to like when I used to play Buddy Fight, there was like one set that just the power creep just shot up to an insane amount, and like everything else just stayed up there, and it was just like, okay, this is starting to get like crazy, and people like were starting to drop after that. So, you know, that's one thing. It seems like game design wise, they're doing pretty well. I mean, obviously, I know there's a few limited cards, but compared to, you know, Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like they're, you know, 2 or 3 limited cards is nothing compared to what a lot of other, you know, games have. So, and even then, I mean, I'd argue Shenlong could probably come off the ban list, you know. So
free Shenlong, huh?
Yeah, free Shenlong.
Hashtag free Shenlong.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think it's not that bad to come off the ban list at this point.
Yeah, I think it was crazy. Yeah, I think it was crazy early on having a card that you could evolve 3 times and get 15 life, but now with how much faster the game's going, I doubt you'll probably maybe at most be able to do it twice, if that. So yeah, I don't know, free Shenlong.
Hashtag free Shenlong. Okay, well, Chris, any final thoughts, any concerns? How you feel about the game?
As far as the game, I think we'll have to see in these next 2 sets how it goes, because everybody stopped playing because of the accelerated set and it was hard to keep up. But I think the next 2 sets will be the defining factor of where this will be going starting into going into next year, and will pretty much play out how popular the game continues or hopefully becomes. So, but I don't think at any time it's gonna die. I think there's a dedicated player base for it, and it would take something drastic for it to just die and them to stop supporting, because they've already should have printed the next like 2 or 3 sets already, or at least have them like ready to, you know, go out. So we'll see. But overall, I think it's not that bad. But that's my thoughts.
Okay. Well, I want to go ahead and thank you all for watching, and thank both you, Donna and Chris, for being here today. I don't enjoy talking to myself on my other videos, so having someone else to really share these ideas with, and just like not hearing myself talk for like 60 plus minutes was very enjoyable. I want I had a smile, even though I had a little bit of a sweaty moment with the website. I got to choose and pick my battles, of course. I really did appreciate the both of you being here. Thank you.
No problem. It was fun talking with you and Chris. Not to exclude Chris. Chris, you're awesome.
Yes.
We love Chris. We love Chris. Like, If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have the league, and we wouldn't have a good place to play on Sundays.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, soldiers. That is it for the podcast. I enjoyed this talk that we had. Of course, we'll have another one closer to when Seaside Memories comes out. I might do the Seaside Memories one. It's kind of weird when we do crossovers, but if we don't do one for Seaside Memories, best believe we'll have a lot of information before the combined set comes out, because that might be a roller coaster in itself. But with that, make sure you are safe in whatever you do tonight, and safe whatever you do for the rest of the year. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. TRINN. Just to get you away. What I got to do. What I got to do. Just to get you away. What I got to do. What I got to do. Just to get you away. You pull me too close, now we hesitate.